Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Platoon. This one ain't so bad. Revenge of the Sith came out just over 10 years ago, and it is the best prequel in the prequel trilogy. And the only one I actually enjoyed. Yeah, when I say I don't like the prequels, I am talking about The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. Revenge of the Sith I actually don't mind. Revenge of the Sith is a prequel that everyone wanted to see. It pretty much dealt with everything we wanted to see. It shows Anakin's turn to the dark side, the fall of the Jedi, and the rise of the Empire. The film begins really well. For the first time in this trilogy, it actually feels like Star Wars, as it opens in the middle of this battle over Coruscant. Obi-Wan and Anakin have been given the assignment to rescue Palpatine, who has been kidnapped by General Grievous. Upon reaching Palpatine, they come into contact with Count Dooku, of which Anakin and Obi-Wan fight. With Obi-Wan knocked out, Anakin manages to defeat Dooku. Dooku's lightsaber lands in Anakin's hand, and Palpatine encourages Anakin to kill him. The scene is excellently put together and does have a real sense of tension to it, and as Anakin holds the two lightsabers, the colors of red and blue symbolize the confliction in his soul. Anakin does behead Dooku, which is very savage, and is a turning point for the character. Upon returning to Coruscant, he meets with Padme, who informs him that she is pregnant. Anakin soon has nightmares of her dying in childbirth, and he becomes adamant that he will stop this from happening, something Palpatine promises him, which ultimately causes him to turn to the dark side. While Anakin is the center of the film, it is Palpatine who steals the show. Ian McDiarmid is fantastic as Palpatine, and he truly steals the show. He is brilliant as the evil Emperor, who is pulling all these strings like a puppet master, influencing the world around him to his own benefit to help him become even more powerful to establish his empire. Obi-Wan is also great in this film, though he can be kind of sent on plot-related business only so that they can separate Anakin and Obi-Wan, such as when he is sent alone to combat General Grievous, who is a menacing cyborg who has cut down many Jedi, and they only sent one? Doesn't sound like the smartest tactic. Doesn't matter because Grievous is easy to defeat. Ewan McGregor was fantastic as Obi-Wan in this film, and truly brought the character to life. McGregor is so great in the film that he shines. While I think he is a bit wasted in the first hour, the second half of the film his story picks up and you truly feel the heartbreak in him when he learns of Anakin's betrayal and turn to the dark side. It does pull on the heartstrings. Overall, I think the acting in this film is the best of all the prequels. Now that isn't saying much, but they have improved greatly from Attack of the Clones. Even Hayden Christensen, who can at times give off a good performance, was pretty good. Though at other times he can still be pretty bad, such as, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Padme in this film I felt was pretty weak. I mean, yes, she needs to be in it, but she did absolutely nothing, except giving Anakin a motivation to turn to the dark side and having Luke and Leia. Other than that, she just sat and talked to Anakin. Now, there are a few deleted scenes which show her doing stuff that is rather interesting. It shows that she is part of the formation of a rebellion, which would have been cool to see and would have given her character more of an arc. And it would have been cool to have Leia, who was such a central figure in the rebellion, his mother helping form that. Yes, her adoptive father did that, but it would have given more of a motherly connection, like mother like daughter. There are moments in this film where it does give off an original trilogy vibe to it. There aren't too many, but when they're there, they are beautiful moments. My favourite is the opera scene when Anakin goes to talk to Palpatine. Palpatine discusses with Anakin the nature of the Jedi and tells the story of Darth Plagueis, who had the ability to save those he cared about from dying, but ironically not himself. This story adds a whole new layer of depth and mythos to the Force, something the other two films failed to do but the originals did so well. Order 66 is also another fantastic moment where a montage shows the fall of the Jedi as they are betrayed by their clone troopers across the galaxy and are gunned down. The music accompanying it is beautiful and is haunting to listen to, and does spell a real sense of despair and loss. I also love the way the film ends with Leia to Alderaan, Vader and the Emperor gazing at the Death Star being constructed, and Obi-Wan with Luke to Tatooine as he gives him to Owen and Beru, who gaze into the binary sunset as the music plays, and Obi-Wan disappears. It is a beautiful scene. However, this film is not without its flaws. The dialogue can still be pretty bad, such as, "From my point of view, the Jedi are evil." Always cringe-worthy to listen to. Padme's plea to Anakin, and Anakin's "you're so beautiful" speech. All poison to the ear. The "no" from Vader, however, is by far the worst bit. It should have been an amazing scene. This is the first time Vader is really Vader, decked out in the suit. He shouldn't even be thinking of Padme. He is that far gone. But no is incredibly cringeworthy, and if he was going to be upset about it, it should be a blood-curdling scream. Not no. The film also overdoes it with CGI. I can't think of a scene in this film that doesn't have some sort of green screen effect going on, and it's like a video game with actual people placed into it. This can be easily seen when Grievous swings his lightsaber at Obi-Wan. He doesn't flinch at this because he can't see it. There is also a bit too many lightsaber fights. I'm fine with a lot of them, as they are essential to the plot story, but the Yoda-Palpatine one bothers me. Here you have the two most powerful beings with the Force fighting each other, Palpatine of the dark side and Yoda with the light. This should be an epic Force fight, showing off the two's abilities with the Force. They shouldn't be using lightsabers. Palpatine using a lightsaber against Mace, while I prefer him to use the Force, I can understand the use of a lightsaber there, just not with Yoda. Also, the Anakin Obi-Wan fight, though it is brilliantly choreographed and the fight looks epic and the setting is awesome, it does go on a bit too long. If it was 5 minutes shorter, then I would possibly describe it as the best bit about the film, but it just drains on a bit too long, and it's a bit boring at times. It does end brilliantly though when Anakin is left in lava. The thing that bothers me the most, however, in this film is the way they treated Padme's death. So following being force-choked by Anakin, she is rushed to the medical center on a meteor, and following giving birth to Luke and Leia, and she dies. Remember in Return of the Jedi when Luke asked Leia about her mother, her real mother? And Leia says she does? But she died when she was very young? Yeah, by very young, she meant 30 seconds young. Yes, she has a force flowing through her, but Luke is the one who is strongest with it, and he has no memory. It's just one of those moments that show Lucas has no idea what he is writing about. However, the biggest thing that bothers me is the reason why she died. She lost the will to live. Really? Lost the will to live? It would have been much better if she died because of Anakin's actions of force choking her and the pain of childbirth, but losing the will to live is stupid. Especially considering she just had twins. Those twins, I think, are a pretty good reason to keep your will to live. They are going to really need you, especially considering their father is a homicidal maniac who kills children and has helped crush all the Jedi and create an evil empire. Of all the things in this film, this one I hate the most. It's just so pathetic and makes Padme out as a somewhat horrible person who doesn't care about her kids. That being said though, overall, Revenge of the Sith is a film that I enjoy. It's no masterpiece like the originals, but it's a pretty good film. It has hints of the greatness of the originals, but also moments of stupidity like the prequels. Overall, this film receives a B+. Thanks guys, and if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more. May the Force be with you all.